Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'da, habati fillah, assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As'al Allah Kareem Rabbil Arshil Azim and yatawallana fi dunya wal akhirah. We ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, accepts our good and forgives our evil, forgives us all for our many, many sins, and helps us to be better slaves of Allah Azza wa Jal. A question was asked, can you recommend any Salafi schools in Yemen? And so always what I've done over the many years that I've talked about Yemen is talk about Salafi institutions. And under the current situation of still continual conflict, really, and instability in Yemen, with Israeli strikes, with internal conflict with the Houthi Shia Rafida movement in the north of the country and in other places, and then other extremist groups such as Al-Qaeda, which they've probably pretty much kind of dissipated, but I'm sure there are those with that theology and ideology out there, as well as ISIS. So there are many factors in Yemen, but however, there are people who travel in and out of Yemen and benefit in Yemen. So, in short, the places that I know, because I haven't been there since the war started, the war started in 2015, and I felt and saw the brewing tides of it the last I was in Yemen, which was 2010. So, but from my knowledge of those also who still travel to Yemen, the places that I know for sure, and I'm sure there are many other institutes in the south, it would be in the south of the country, period. Damaj, no more, especially for a foreigner, if you can even go there at all, if there's even a Salafi Markaz there at all, because of the Houthis, that's the Shia tribes, they are, that's their stronghold. And the capital, likewise, there's a lot of Salafiyah there, but you're not going to be able to have access to that as a foreigner, and as well as Ma'bar as well, which is also in the north, closer to Sana'a, but also likewise, as I said. So the places and the Mar. So Yemen has so many. It's just, but what I'm going to recommend, places that I've been to, I've visited and lived at. Dar al-Hadith in Sheher, that's in Hadramaut, and it's a fishing village. It's still doing a lot of positive. I occasionally listen to lectures and durus that they're doing there too. Still, to this date, many mashayikh that I studied with there that are still teaching. And then our main sheikh, he is the head of Dar al-Hadith in Fiyush in Yemen, in Aden. So that is... also, beautiful place, one of the most beloved places to me in my heart. One day I hope to return. And Fiyush is outside of Aden, and they've even have a Salafi university there, plain and simple, on Fiyush. They they got money and finally, have really developed it. Yemeni students, I'm sure there's some foreigners, probably a small handful from Uganda and different places, maybe Indonesian and so forth. But again, I haven't been on the ground in so many years. So this is what I know, what I've seen, and what I've heard. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, to accept our good and forgive our evil. Bless it with tawfiq. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.